Howdy everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be putting together this lovely cross. It is a grapevine cross and I've added some beautiful pink flowers. I'm going to show you how I put it all together and what I use, so let's get to crafting. I'm going to be starting off with this grapevine cross shape. Now I got this at a local flower shop, but I did look up on Amazon, and all you have to do is in their search type in grapevine crosses and you'll see something similar. You'll find some that are made out of twigs or they're moss covered on wood. There's different types of crosses that you can find that you can use for this particular project. I also looked under Hobby Lobby's website, and they do have a chicken wire grapevine. I put grapevine cross wreath when I searched that, and I only found one, and it's a chicken wire in the middle, but it's a little like wire and grapevine around the outside, and it said it was a 20 by 14 by 1 inch, I think it said. So this is kind of around that size. This might be maybe 22 inches. This might be a little bit less than 14, maybe 12, but it's around the same size, so you can find things that are similar. Okay, so we're gonna start off with this one, and then I have some beautiful flowers. This is actually the back. It's got a little thing here, so I'm gonna turn it around so you can see how it actually looks. So I purchased this, and I had it put away because I thought I'd use it for Easter, but you know, we're getting close, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it now. But I couldn't remember what it looked like, so I pulled it out of the bag thinking this was the look, and it's actually this beautiful little bit of green moss on there. It's really pretty. All right. Okay, so here I have a collection of some florals and some greenery that I want to use. This is off of a bush that I've already cut up. So I recommend buying bushes of greenery because they're much more cost effective. I've got another, kind of, style leaf right here compared to this one. So that's up to you what you want to use. And then I've got some small little filler flowers here. As you can see here, like a baby's breath sort of thing. And then these really pretty flowers. These I think I got them at a store called At Home. Some of y'all are familiar with that store. And then I've got some hydrangea. Now I can't remember if I got this at the At Home store or if I got it at the same flower shop where I got this. And I'm thinking that I got it same place. So, you can find it similar. Hobby Lobby, Walmart, wherever you shop, or even Dollar Tree has some really pretty flowers that you can use for your project. Alright, so here I have a collection of 3 ribbons, and I've already used these on a swag in a previous video, but I really love the ribbons, so I'm going to reuse it. I'm going to use all 3 of them for a really simple, pretty bow on my cross here, and then I think I'll be adding the flowers. So we're going to start with the bows that are going to go on there. Okay, so I have some tools ready. I have some scissors to cut ribbon. I have wire cutters to cut some floral wire, and I've just got here some 24 gauge floral wire, but you can use chenille stems or like a 22 gauge or even an 18 if you want to use that. Okay, the higher the number, the thinner the wire is. So this is 24 gauge. As you can see, it's pretty thin, but if you want to go for like a 20 or 22, that'll work. All right. And I've got my hot glue gun ready on the side here. I've already plugged it in with some glue sticks. So let's go ahead and do the first bow that I want in here. And I want to put it on here first because I want to see how big my bow will be before, that I won't cover like the beauty of the cross. But I do want to have some tails, so I'm going to measure a tail, and I'm just going to gather, make a loop. And I want it to be kind of big, but not bigger than, the expansion of the T crossing on the cross. Okay, so right there, I'm going to twist it, make another loop going under, just pick it up and make sure that they're both the same size. That's all I'm going to do, gather it, and then I'll just cut off the length of another tail. So I'll just use this as a guide, more or less, and I'm not going to worry about how the edges are cut right now. We're going to move that out of the way, take our wire, a nice good piece that'll go around our bow. It doesn't have to be long. We're going to hot glue all this, but if you want to have a long enough piece of wire to wire it to your cross, then get a longer piece. And a chenille stem will work just fine. It's 12 inches, I'm sorry. 12 inches. This one, I think I cut maybe 6 or 7 inches. Okay, but I do have enough here that if I wanted, I could, you know, insert the wires through here, bring the ends out here in the back, and then just twist them. Oh, by the way, I need to take this little tag off. And I believe I paid $11.99 for this, okay? And I thought it was pretty pricey, but you know what? As a matter of fact, here it's got the sides. It says it's a 22-inch height by 14-inch width. I thought it was less than 14, but the 22, I had it right. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna want this bow, and I'm gonna turn, see, everything's got the floral side up. Everything looks pretty, but this little tail has got the underside, you know, the wrong side up, so I'm gonna twist it just to bring that forward. And I'm gonna see, this is where I want it more or less, right here. I'm not attaching it yet. I wanna see where it's gonna go, and then we're gonna cut the ends. So this is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna do a little dovetail cut right there, and on the other one as well. Of course, cut them however you want, straight or in a diagonal, or little dovetails. Okay, I used to call them little snake tongues. Okay, so there we go. That's where this little bow is going to be. And then I want to layer a pink one on top of that. So I'm going to do it the same that I did this one. I'm just going to do a little bit less on the length of the bow and less on the length of the tails. So I'll just go a little bit shorter right here. Let's see, grab it right there. Let me see. Shorter. I like to bring them up and measure them together. That gives me, you know, kind of a more or less, you know, same size. Okay, then we bring these together and we know where to cut it, which is going to be about right there. So I'm going to eyeball it right here. Another piece of wire. And you need the wire just to be long enough just to wrap around your bow. But again, if you wanted to wrap into the wreath or around the circumference of the wreath, then you need to make it longer. Okay, mine don't need to be long. So I'm just gonna roll them up like that, push it in there. I don't need that little tail, so I'm gonna do the same thing to this one. I'm not gonna tie it down. I'm gonna hot glue everything, like I said. And if you don't want to hot glue, you can remove everything later and reuse your cross with different colors, or you know, whatever you wish, or just to put it away without any decoration on it. You can just wire everything down. But I'm hot gluing. Okay, so then this will go right on top of here. We'll poof these up later. I'm going to fix the ends here, cut them. And I have the other ribbon that I showed you, and I'm going to make another bow, but I'm going to go even smaller. So that's all I'm doing, just making some bows in different sizes, shorter little tails here, little loopies. This one is a deco mesh ribbon. I really love it. I got these all at Hobby Lobby, all my ribbons. Okay, just cut it right there. I know that that's the, you know, the tails are about the same length. More wire, that's all it is. That's all it is. Nothing more. Now on these I'm not going to do the little dovetails because it's deco mesh and it tends to fray a lot on the ends, on the raw ends, wherever you cut. So I don't want to do these dovetails, you know, cuts, because I feel like it's going to make it really messy. So I'm just going to go at a diagonal. I saw someone using I think it was a wood burning tool to cut into mesh. Like you put something on the table, obviously, that you can protect and you can put some heat on, and then you put your mesh on, and then your hot tool, you know, you just use it to cut through. So I went ahead and I bought myself one, but I haven't even used it. But I'm hoping that I'll get to use it soon, because, you know, I want to try it. I want to see if that really works. She was using it so easily. Instead of having to use her scissors, you know what I mean? It was just, and then she melted that. Okay, and I guess it kind of melts these little ends so they kind of stay together. They don't fray. I don't remember if she mentioned that or not. But, you know, I'm thinking that. Okay, so then this little bowl is just going to go right here. Look how cute it is. You know, the little tails are almost just basically the same length as the loops, but it just kind of finishes off all that. Okay, so now that will fit right there, I'm going to take my focal flowers, which are my largest flowers. This one right here. It's losing a lot of the little the little flowers off of it, but I'll glue. And then I also noticed that I'm actually missing 2 flowers here. Okay, should have paid attention when I was buying it. I purchased it with the plastic on, so didn't look. Okay, so now I'm going to cut one of these flowers at the longest point because I really don't know how long I'm going to need it, so I'll just do it at the longest point. And I might have paid, oh, that one has the price on the plastic bag. It was $8.99. But this was at a store called Floreria Lee in McAllen, Texas. So if you're in the Rio Grande Valley, look up Floreria Lee, L-E-E. Okay. And if you're on North 10th Street, you know, just look right around that area. Okay. And this will go right about here with these bows. But I'm also looking to make sure that, you know, like it doesn't really cover, you know, the top. So that's a good length right there. And because I'm going to glue it about right here, I'm going to go ahead and cut right under that leaf. I can save these leaves and use them in the same project. So let me pull them out. Just save them unless you don't want to use them. Then maybe use them for something else. If not, dispose of them as best as you can. Actually, I think I don't even need any leaves because I am going to use the other ones. So these are so big and kind of bulky. So I'm going to take them off because the flower is already really big. So I'm just going to use that one hydrangea here. And I'm looking to make sure it's not higher than the top of my cross. I want it about right here. You could, again, get some wire and wire it down so that you can just, you know, cut off that wire and remove the flower. I'm going to tuck it into the grapevine actually right here. That works really well. Yep, always, oops, I bent it. Always making sure that, you know, it's in a good position. And then I'm just going to pour some glue right in there. Let me grab some more glue. Just pour some glue right in there. Okay, that's so pretty. All right, so I'm going to take some of these other flowers. Let me grab 2 for now, always cutting at the longest point. Actually, I'm going to grab 1 more. I'm going to do 3. Right there. Okay, those out of the way. And I'm going to put some coming down the center here. So I'll just cut it right about there. I can tuck that little tip in there. Put some glue in there. Oh, and then by the way, when I was putting the hydrangea, I was also folding the stem up here so that, you know, the hydrangea wasn't facing up. So if you look at this flower that I put here, it's facing down. You know, we're not going to be looking at it from, you know, if we put it on the wall, we're not going to be like tipping under, looking underneath to look at the flower. So we're going to want to fold it up a little bit like that. See? Okay. And then I'm going to add another one. I want this one a little bit longer down this way. So cut it right about here. I'm going to push all these little greenery on it. Again, fold it. And then you can tuck it in. And actually, I don't want it that high. So I'm going to tuck it in a little bit lower. Right there. And then add some glue in there so that doesn't move. Again, you can wire this down. Okay, I don't want to put any more glue further down because I don't want the glue to show. Okay, so now that I've got those 2 flowers, and I don't really want them like on a line. I want them a little bit separate. Okay, I'm going to put this other flower, but I'm going to put it up here. So I'm just going to fold it like that. Cut the stem. Tuck back here so that it's kind of hugging the side of this hydrangea. I'm moving it off to the side. I don't want it centered. I don't want everything to be like perfect. So I'm going to move these flowers kind of at a diagonal this way. Okay, so you can see that. All right, I'm going to clean up and then we'll do a little bit more. All right, so I've looked at my greenery. Like I had these stems that were already cut from a bush, and then I had another little bush to look at the leaves. And I decided that I really like these more than I like the other ones. So I think I'm just going to use these. And so I'm going to go ahead and start tucking them in just to fill in. And there's going to be a bow right here, so I don't need anything there. So I'm looking at this, and I'm going to see that this is going to go like about right there. So I'm going to cut the stem. That's a little bit too much. And just go between the 2 flowers. Tuck these leaves in there. Kind of get them around the flowers, and then add hot glue. So just like that, that looks really pretty. And then I'm going to go across at the top over here where I have this other flower, and I'm going to push these. Thankfully I can push these, and if I can't push them, then I would cut between, like right on top of, you know, the leaf that would make, like let's say this was way down here and this was in the middle. I can make a stem out of this, and I can make a stem out of this one. So I would just cut right here, and then this would become a separate piece, a little stem, and then this other one would become another little stem. So let me just do that just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I was to cut it, then I'd have 2 stems. And then just to make sure this one doesn't slip out because it does slide, I'm going to put some glue there so it doesn't move. Put it over to the side. And then I'm going to, these, and I don't want to have my leaves like that. I want to have them like that. So see how they're like this? Just twist it so that they're like this instead. Okay, this is a good length to tuck in between here. Little stick is long enough to go behind here. And then just put some glue in there or wire it down. That looks really pretty. Little greenery behind that flower right there. And then I'll go ahead and tuck this one as well. And it's going to cut a little bit shorter. This one I'm going to put it on the side here. And then get some glue. Take another stem. This one here. Just cut really short. Tuck it in on this side. I don't really want to cover the cross too much, so I have to think about what I'm adding. So let's put that there. Maybe another little piece over here. So what I'll do is, this one's missing the very tippy part of it, so I'm just going to grab the leaves off of one of these here. Let's see. Cut a little tip so I can remove that. Okay, so now I can cut these into 2 leaves actually, and then just glue them wherever I need. And because they have a little bit of a lighter green than this other one, it'll highlight really nicely. Okay, I'll save this one. And I think that's all I need to use of those. I'm going to go ahead and add my bows so that then I can see if I need to add those other little flowers, the ones that look like little baby's breath. Okay, so I'm going to put this first bow in there. So plenty of glue right there. Under there. Slide my tails behind the greenery here. And you know, you can poof it up a little bit. Once you got all your bows on there, poof them up a little bit more. Okay. Next, let me get some more glue on my hot glue gun here. Oh, that's still good on there. Okay, more glue. I guess I haven't really been using that much glue. I normally use it so much I have to refill it so quickly. Okay, so there, poof it up. Don't hide your flowers. Bring your ribbons behind flowers and any leaves you want showing. One last, sorry, that's just a little piece of stem that fell. One last little bow. We're adding some glue there. And then just tucking it in, making sure it sticks there. I'm going to cut the stem of this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of glue. And just for fun, I'm going to stick this leaf right in there. You know, it kind of breaks up all the pink going on right here. All right, so now I have these other little flowers. So I'm just going to grab a couple of these maybe, or one, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this into 2 stems. So I'm going to cut above this one here. So now I have these, and I don't need the leaf on here, so I can throw that away. And then we're just going to tuck them wherever we feel like we need some little bit of, you know, lightness. So let's go ahead and do this one first. I'm going to cut it just a little bit shorter. Let's get some glue on the tip of it, like that. And then just slide it right in. Really pretty. They were pink. I think it might be, no, they're fine like that. Okay, and this other piece over here. I think that's good, you guys. That's good enough. We're going to keep it really simple and use minimal amounts of supplies so that they'll render us and be able to make other arrangements. But look how pretty that looks. I try not to cover the cross, although it's covering a little bit. I did just, you know, open up the leaves a little bit more so we see the grapevine back there. So you don't want to hide that. Okay, so there you go. This is what it looks like. We're going to hang it up and admire it in a better way. All right, everyone, there is my cross, and you can now enjoy it as it is hanging, and you can see that it is a grapevine cross behind all those flowers. If you feel like it is too full, of course do yours less, you know, with smaller flowers, maybe not that big hydrangea or something smaller, or you cut it up and just use it in, you know, 2 parts. There we go. I think it looks lovely. So I'm gonna give myself a big old thumbs up, and I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up. If you like my content and you haven't subscribed, please do so by hitting that red subscribe button, and then the little notification bell. You can go ahead and click on that and choose all so that you get notified of all of my videos as soon as I load them up. I hope that you're enjoying these floral videos that I'm doing lately. You have any suggestions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I don't know if I said leave a kind comment down below and let me know what you think, but go ahead and do that. Thank you all very much for watching, and as always, enjoy.